Our show here, this is our third annual open house since we built this facility. We just like to invite people out here to have just a fun day. It's a real relaxed car show. I've invited the best of cars, trucks, motorcycles, airplanes, boats, you'll see it all. I just really like to have people out here to enjoy themselves. We like to see our customers come back and enjoy this day with us. We love this industry and we love spending time with people that enjoy it as much as we do.
Yeah, this car is, it's very unique. It was built in 1923, came out of Flint, Michigan, came to the local car dealership here, and Mr. Gleed was the gentleman that we've researched that bought it. And he bought the car, and it spent quite a few years, 30, 40 years here in Cache Valley, and then it was sold. As far as we know, there was a couple owners, and then there was a gentleman that actually bought this as a restoration project about 40 years ago. And he and his father were going to restore this car, and then his father passed away and he didn't have the fire in his belly to restore it. And so he had a few people he actually interviewed to buy this car, and he didn't want to sell it to anybody that wasn't as passionate as we were. And we absolutely, he could tell, he said, this car, you know, is meant to be yours and to restore it. When we were researching this on who we were going to get to paint the car and interviewing that person, we went through several auto body shops, and several of them even, you know, California. We looked all around to see who would be a good match for us, and we had 5 or 6 specific criteria. And we interviewed Cam with HS, and he actually came to our home. We had it in the garage. He came to us, he looked through it, he walked around, and he gave us a good, better, best option on restoring it. And the way his eyes lit up and the way he and Cord looked at the car and the way they talked about the car, we knew we had the right guys to help us restore our baby. So.
My dad bought this car brand new in '68. I inherited it a few years after that. I've had the car ever since. It's from Pennsylvania. I drove it across the country 3 times and decided I wanted to restore it because it was the original car, first car I ever had. The reason I picked HS Customs, not only is Cam a friend of mine, but he's done a lot of projects, zillions of projects. I've been thinking about restoring this car for over 25 years. I looked at California shops and different shops. When I found out Jason, who works for him already back east, has done a couple Triumphs, I went bingo. When we started this project, the car was really not that bad off. It was all there, every part was there, but we did a complete frame-off restoration. It got a little bit out of hand because as I got going, we decided to replace or fix every single nut and bolt on the car. I'm really picky and meticulous. This was a big project for HS Customs and Cam because I am so picky. And I was here on a daily basis watching over the car and advising them, and they did everything they could to make it perfect, and they made it perfect. The future for this car, if I get a big enough burial plot, I'll be buried in it. Someone right now could probably offer me $1 million for this car, and I'm not kidding you, I wouldn't take it. It's my first car I ever had, and that's how much it means to me.
This airplane is called an MXS. It's made by MX Aircraft out of North Carolina. Was built originally to run in the Red Bull Air Races. Ran in the Red Bull Air Race in 2010. I purchased it after it was run 1 season. So basically when I bought the airplane, it was blue and silver. I flew it 1 season in the air show circuit, and one of the things that I noticed most about the airplane was it was very hard to see direction with it. It didn't have any direction. You couldn't tell what it was doing. I just always, you know, wanted to have my own touch on this airplane. I've known Cam since I was about 10 years old, known that he's always been an excellent painter, and basically, you know, I put my head together with him. We come up with a great design and painted the airplane. You know, one of the big things that I like about the airplane is that you got to have something that looks good, that presents well in the air, and that's what we have here.
The car is important to me because it's basically the second car I ever owned. And I've owned it since about 1990, and I chose this shop because, I mean, I've been driving by here for years. I live north of town. I'd heard of Cam before, and so I just stopped in and talked to him one day and really liked the feel of the interview that I had with him initially before starting the car, and so it just felt like a good fit when I first initially talked to him. You know, it feels really good to, you know, to take an old classic car like this and basically modernize it to the point where it's drivable, it's fun to drive, and you know, and I think it'll get a lot more attention than a new car would. Just go buy one off the lot, because you know, anybody can buy one of them, but not everybody can take a 68 Chevelle and transform it into a car that you want to drive. You want to get in and go cruising in. You want to, you know, go down and meet your friends for, you know, dinner or something like that in. It's a fun experience. Taking a classic car and preserving it. It's, you know, I mean, they're never going to make another 68 Chevelle. So it's just good to take one and make it so, you know, people can enjoy it.